Where can you find the best mountain views in Bend? Hi, I'm Nora Spangler, a realtor with Stellar Realty Northwest here in beautiful Bend, Oregon. If you're wondering what it's like to eat, drink, sleep, play, do all the things in Central Oregon, then you need to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and you'll know every time I upload new content. And if you're thinking about making a move to Bend, why don't you click the link down below and set up a short phone call with me, or all my contact is down below in the description box and you can reach out to me any way you like. If you have only visited Bend and you don't already live here, you might not be aware of all of the great residential neighborhoods that we have. We have a huge variety, and I've made lots of videos, so I'm going to put a link down below to a playlist that will show you lots of different neighborhoods that might be interesting to you. Now, today we are going to be talking about the views. Yes, Cascade Mountain views. If that's your thing, if that's what you want, your number one priority is privacy and views, well, Aubrey Butte may be a great neighborhood for you to consider. So, what's so great about Aubrey Butte? Well, as we say in real estate, location, location, and location. Those are always the most important thing when you're talking about the value of a property. Aubrey Butte is in the northwest section of Bend. Very convenient location, close to a lot of amenities and shopping. But mostly why it's great is because it's a butte and it offers amazing, like 360-degree mountain views. Depending where you are on the butte, you can have a full, wide view of Cascade Mountains or the Northern Mountains or the Ochocos, other buttes, Pilot Butte, and some of the more eastern buttes. You'll have views no matter where you are if you live on Aubrey Butte. Aubrey Butte is a master planned community, so it was planned out all at once, which is really evident when you drive around it. It's not piecemeal together. It is a beautiful master planned community. So Marshall Clay Aubrey was a man who came from Missouri to the West. He came to live in Bend in around 1870 after he fought in the Mexican War. About 100 years later, in 1970, Brooks Resources purchased the land, about 1,800 acres, and they made this plan to build just under 800 homes on Aubrey Butte. The land was purchased around 1970, but it took almost 15 years to get it developed. They had to figure out how to get water up there. If the views are the biggest pro on Aubrey Butte, then one of the biggest cons might be that most of the homes were built in the late 80s and up through the 90s. So yeah, that gives these homes a certain look, and some of them feel rather dated right now because they're 30 or 40 years old. And if they haven't been remodeled, then if you purchase one of these homes, that may be something that you want to do. And I'm going to show you one that I did an open house at last weekend, which is listed by one of my fellow Stellar Realty brokers. One of the unique features of Aubrey Butte is that when the land was developed, they designed the road sort of in circular patterns, and they kind of wind up to the very top or the summit of Aubrey Butte. And so it's just a very pleasant area to drive around. It's not like a grid, cross streets as most of Bend is. The other thing is that they left a lot of the natural elements. So huge trees, all the mature trees, as many as possible, were left in place. So really when you're driving around on the streets, you hardly even see the homes. And that adds to the privacy level of homes on Aubrey Butte. So there is usually lots of big trees between your home and any streets. So you have very private properties, no matter what size the lot is. And right now, the lot sizes that are for sale, there's 7 homes for sale. Lot sizes range from about 1/3 of an acre up to over an acre, about 1.5 acres. So what are the amenities for Aubrey Butte? Well, the HOA is a very small fee. It's an annual fee. So it ranges from about $120 up to $260. That's what I'm seeing in the MLS for the 7 properties that are listed right now. And what does that get you? That annual fee of just $10 to $20-ish per month? Well, you get parks. There's 3 parks, Sylvan, Summit, and Hillside Park. And there's even an off-leash dog area. There are tennis courts, basketball courts, covered picnic shelters, some paved and some unpaved walking trails. There's not a big clubhouse or anything like that. It's very Bend and it's very natural. So I'm going to show you one of my fellow agents' homes that is still listed for sale. This one's listed $1.695 million, and it is one of the smaller homes on the Butte. At just over 2,500 square feet, it's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, has a really nice 3-car garage with lots of extra storage, but it's not been updated since it was built. It had one owner, and I find that to be the case a lot. Most of the homes on Aubrey Butte have been custom built, so people buy them and they stay in them for a long time and sometimes pass them on as a legacy property to family members. Sometimes when a home comes up for sale, you might find it to be dated, even though it's going to cost over $1 million to even $3 and $4 million. That's the top price range for the homes listed right now, is just under $4 million. If you want expansive Cascade Mountain views and you think Aubrey Butte is the place for you, then just realize that you're buying those mountain views and you can always update or remodel the property to suit what you want, your taste. There's not a lot of places you're going to get the amazing mountain views that you will get on Aubrey Butte. You might be wondering, is Aubrey Butte walkable to any shopping areas? Well, I think that depends on how far you're willing to walk. So you're about, like if you're central on the Butte, maybe close to the top or at least halfway up, you're about 1.5 miles to a couple miles walking down the hill, either to Newport Avenue where there's some shopping and coffee shops, or over to Northwest Crossing is also about the same distance, maybe a little farther. So that's your closest opportunity for shopping and restaurants if you're kind of on the western or the southern side. It is a hike, okay? I'm not saying you're like within a few blocks, but it's doable, I think, for most people. Or you could hop on your bicycle and be down to having a coffee at Back Porch within just a few minutes. If you're a golfer, there are 2 courses on the Butte. The golf course on the north side of Aubrey Butte is called River's Edge, and it is recently become a public golf course. Then there's a private golf course called Aubrey Glen, which is on the west side, down at the bottom of the hill in the neighborhood of Aubrey Glen. So it's not actually on the Butte. And if you're thinking that you might want to build your own custom home on Aubrey Butte, currently there are only 3 lots for sale, and they're priced in the $400,000 range, anywhere from about 1/3 of an acre up to 3/4 of an acre. So you could get the mountain views and build a modern home to your liking. If I can help you with any of your real estate needs, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear your comments or questions. If you're thinking about making a move, please do reach out. All my contact is down below in the description box. And I hope you'll watch more of my videos. Go ahead and binge watch if you want, and then get in touch with me and see how I can help you make the move to Bend, Oregon.